peers among themselves. So that is a reality. I'm sure people by their ballot are going to tell that they are going to vote against the NDA and Bharatiya Janata Party, and they're going to vote for the India Alliance. And second thing, because Bharatiya Janata Party and the government has failed people of the country miserably on every front. They have just given false promises and nothing else. They have not delivered anything what they have promised. They were supposed to give 2 crore jobs every year. By now, they would have given 20 crore jobs. But what has the country got? The youth are asking for a job. Even if you talk about Uttar Pradesh, in every district, people are protesting against Bharatiya Janata Party government because they want jobs. Paper has got leaked. More than a dozen paper leak has been happened in Uttar Pradesh. If you talk about farmers, they want a guarantee on MSP. They are fighting for their right. And what the government is doing, they are throwing a bullet, through drones. So this is what has been happening. People want job, the people want development, and Bharatiya Janata Party is just trying to deviate them from the real issues. That is what they have done, and I'm sure that the result will be different. In Samajwadi Party, India Alliance, I'm sure we are working on all the 80 seats in Uttar Pradesh, and we are going to win most of them.
All right, Mahima Singh of the Congress, 59% of the people surveyed say that they are satisfied with the UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's performance. And let's pull up the numbers on the government's performance as well. So the large numbers seem to be in favor of the BJP government in the state. How will you change the narrative, Mahima Singh, as far as the state of UP goes? When it comes to Uttar Pradesh, this has been a problem state for the BJP, for the Congress for a few years now, with not so strong ground architecture for the Congress party.
I would say, Mr. Luthra, that I am very sure that Giriraj Singh's constituency's BJP workers who showed him black flags just 2 days ago were not questioned in this survey. I'm also sure that in Amethi, BJP workers also were not questioned, and people were not questioned in this survey who just days ago, were speaking on a very popular news channel that not only has she not done any work in that constituency, but she has rather been the reason for the shutting down of the triple IT and the steel plant in Amethi. So the ground realities are very different. And I would choose to agree with the Samajwadi Party spokesperson when he says that, people have a certain amount of fear, because when the who's who of the country can be arbitrarily incarcerated, as a result of misappropriation of laws at behest of the government of the day, then, common people, of course, they do not want to speak openly. They don't have the freedom to speak openly, rather, I would say. So this, again, you see the numbers that are being projected. I would rather politely beg to differ, as I've already cited, that your sample size is not even is less than 0.1% of the total population of this country. And I would rather like these questions to be asked of the people in Ayodhya, lakhs of people whose houses were razed because that corridor was being brought up, and those videos, the plight of those people has not been reflected anywhere across the media. I would also like the people in, elsewhere in UP, the youth of UP being questioned, who have faced major miseries at the behest of the government because the papers were leaked. Something as a public service commission paper can be leaked in a state like UP, then it's the government Ram Bharose in UP, basically. So I'm very sure that our promises, our guarantees to the people, which Mr. Rahul Gandhi projected when he was on Amethi, and you would have seen, rather, I would say, the images that came out of Amethi when Rahul Gandhi ji was traveling across Amethi, promising the youth Pehli Naukri Pakki and other guarantees. That is percolating to the people, and
okay,
it will
Mahima Singh, when we speak about paper leak cases, we have seen paper leak cases and major issues like that being raised with the Congress government in Rajasthan and the previous Congress government in Madhya Pradesh as well.
Of the scale you're seeing now.
But let me get in a quick word. Okay, let me get in a word from Tuhin Sinha of the BJP. Okay, I'm going to come back to you. Ma'am. Tuhin Sinha, if we look at the awareness about government schemes, if we can pull up the survey numbers on the schemes of the Narendra Modi government, Ujjwala Yojana, 61% people say they know about the scheme. Jal Jeevan Mission, 56%. Awas Yojana, 53%. PM Kisan, 51%. Jan Dhan Yojana, 51% of the people surveyed say they know about this. 40% for Ayushman Bharat. Now, what is the opposition trying to do, Tuhin Sinha? And it's quite clear from the statements made by all opposition leaders on our panel over the last 1.5 hours that you need to pin the government down on the economic performance, on jobs, inflation, law and order, corruption, religion, polarization. In recent Council of Ministers meetings, the Prime Minister has asked his party men, ministers, to go to the public to make sure that people know about the schemes that the BJP, the government has led over the last 9 years. The performance of these schemes need to be communicated. So do you think the communication of the government's performance and challenging and fighting the narrative of the opposition is going to be a challenge for the BJP in the upcoming Lok Sabha election? Tuhin Sinha.
Well, Parikshit, first of all, it was very amusing to see the Samajwadi Party spokesperson and the Congress spokesperson say that, in your polls, people have, shown a preference to BJP because of fear. Let me reassure you that the only people living in fear in Uttar Pradesh are gangsters like Atiq Ahmed, who, the Samajwadi Party had patronized and which the Congress Party had a soft corner for. None of the other people in Uttar Pradesh are living in fear. They are living in absolute, prosperity. Now, again, I have a slight, I think you would be lucky if you are right with the numbers. The BJP is expected to win at least 77, but I can tell you that this time it could well go up to 79 or 80. Right from the construction of the Ram temple to the flawless deliverance of all the government schemes. Again, when you talk about Ayushman Bharat, the number on your screen was 40%. I can tell you that most of the poor, and I travel extensively across the country, are aware of Ayushman Bharat. And in fact, even in cities, people come from villages to avail of the benefits of Ayushman Bharat. So I think that, Uttar Pradesh is the best example of the optimal deliverance which double-engine Sarkar can bring. And you will see in the results, Congress, is struggling to even, if Congress is so confident, why is Rahul Gandhi not announcing that why is he not asserting himself as a candidate from Amethi? In fact, even when it comes to Rai Bareli, I doubt if they will be able to put up a winnable candidate. So I think the Congress is in the worst position over there, but the BJP is expected to win at least 77, and that could go well up to 79 or 80 this time.
Right. Pankaj Sharma, coming to you. When it comes to Uttar Pradesh, it was advantage NDA and BJP in 2019. It seems to be advantage BJP and NDA right now itself. Do you think the inauguration of the Ram Mandir may somehow just seal the election in the BJP in the NDA's favor?
I don't think the construction of Ram Temple will have much impact. And, your figures, I don't want to comment on that, but your figures are so unbelievable. 77 out of 80 in UP, 38 out of 40 in Bihar. It's not possible. The ground situation is not that. Let me tell you that as per my information, and Tuhin Sinha would be knowing more, RSS has won BJP leadership, that it is winning its winning chances on 107 out of 303 seats are little poor this time. This means getting a clear majority could become difficult. Therefore, BJP taking great care in selecting candidates. Narendra Bhai Modi's popularity graph has actually gone down, and he is not in a position to get anyone win the elections in his name this time. And he understands this. RSS understands this. BJP understands this. So how can you, I can't believe that BJP can get 77 seats out of 80 in UP, 38 NDA will get in Bihar. That is not possible. Actually, they are losing seats in many states. There are states, 14 states. In 14 states, almost all the seats are with BJP already. In 14 states, there is only a scope of 10 seats in these 14 states. Delhi can be increased only by 10 seats. So they are losing seats in Haryana. They are losing seats in Madhya Pradesh. They are losing seats in Rajasthan. They are losing seats everywhere in Chhattisgarh. In South, they practically have no chance. You are giving them 5 seats in Tamil Nadu, which is impossible. Last time in Telangana, they got 4 seats. Those 4 seats also cannot be re-won by BJP this time. In other states, there are no chances. In Northeast, they are losing seats. In Assam, they are losing seats. So, I mean, these figures are really
Let me also get in Aam Aadmi Party's Nevan Sharma. All right. All right. You don't agree with these numbers. We respect your view, Mr. Pankaj Sharma. Let me also get in the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson once again. Nevan Sharma, when it comes to popularity, even 2019 Lok Sabha election was a popularity contest. 2014 was a popularity contest as well. People saw Narendra Modi as a strong leader, and the question was, who else? Now, when you look at the survey, when it comes to the most trustworthy leaders, this is a point that we had taken up earlier, and I'll take this up with you as well. 58% of the people surveyed say it's Narendra Modi who's the most trustworthy. 20% say Rahul Gandhi. These numbers have changed now. In fact, it's 59% for Narendra Modi. When you speak about whether people will vote for BJP because of Modi, regardless of candidate, 85% people say they will be voting for the BJP because of Narendra Modi. So he remains the most popular figure for people to vote for BJP. He's also among the most trustworthy leaders in the country. Now, how do you really target that? Isn't that a challenge for the Aam Aadmi Party, the Congress and the India Alliance altogether?
See, with due respect, I respect your figures and numbers, but honestly, when you go on ground and you talk to people, especially in states where Aam Aadmi Party is directly involved, we are going on ground and talking to people. People don't bother this time about who's going to be the Prime Minister. People are not going to vote for the Prime Minister because people have been in a very bad condition. If you talk about their economic condition, if you talk about what the government has done for them, you were just now showing some figures with regards to Ujjwala Yojana. You were saying Ayushman Bharat. If you talk about the reality, they increase, the people know that they have increased the prices of cylinder 600 rupees, and then they have reduced it to by rupees 100 rupees. They understand this. It's not easy to fool people like this again and again. If you talk about Ayushman Bharat Yojana, you go on ground, talk to people, they will tell you that if you take your Ayushman card with yourself and you want to get the operation or any such thing done, the hospital are not accepting the card. They say that they don't get money from the government. So these are the small things that really affecting. If you talk about businesses, many MSMEs are closing because they are not getting any support from the government. Because of the GST, small businesses are forced to close. They are not happy with it. If you talk about Yuva, the Yuva is standing in lines for job. One job is there. When the government puts out one job, there are thousands of candidates applying for that job. For that matter, there was one job for peon in Haryana, and there were more than 4,400 candidates ranging from PhD to MBAs to MCAs. This is the condition on ground. This is the reason, and if you see, this is the reason that they are not getting candidates. This is the reason that they have to remove candidates. If they were so sure that they are going to get 80% of the votes because of the name of our Prime Minister, why are they struggling in putting up new candidates? Why are they struggling in finding candidates? You talk about Punjab, you talk about Haryana, you talk about Delhi. They were not finding candidates, and if people are so much happy with the work that they have done, they have not been in this tough time. The reality is that in Punjab, in Haryana, in Delhi, wherever Aam Aadmi Party is fighting, BJP is not going to get even single seat. Your survey is showing that BJP is getting 10 seats in Haryana. They are not even going to get one seat in Haryana. They are not going to get one seat in Delhi.
Let me get Tuhin Sinha of the BJP to respond. Tuhin Sinha, what the opposition has been saying over the last 2 hours on CNBC-TV18 is that there is anger among farmers. Now, farmers are a big vote bank in the country. Now, the recent protests show that they probably have not been happy with the government's promises and how those promises have actually been delivered on the ground, or to what extent have they been delivered. Do you think this is a challenge that the BJP will have to tackle on the ground? This is something which would be a cause for concern for you, Tuhin Sinha?
Well, when you talk about the farmer protests, they were restricted to a very small geographical area where obviously we are not in power. So that explains they were largely sponsored by the Aam Aadmi Party.
If you can also have numbers from Punjab and Haryana up.
So that
Please go ahead, Tuhin Sinha.
So in fact, most of these protests were sponsored by the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress Party. And obviously that is the reason why they couldn't last for long. Fact is that when it comes to MSP prices, on an average, there has been a 70% increase in MSP prices from 2014 until now. Neighboring Haryana is procuring a record number of 14 crops at MSP prices, which no other state is doing. So I don't think these were manufactured protests largely, and that is one of the reasons why organically they could not sustain themselves for too long. And these are sporadic in nature, which explains once again why they are largely sponsored. Now, on a lighter note, since Mr. Pankaj Sharma has been repeatedly insinuating that RSS said this and RSS said that, which seems to be imagined by him rather than in real. Why doesn't he join the RSS? Why doesn't he join the BJP? That might be a better option because he seems to be privy to conversations which nobody in the BJP is aware of.
All right. Let's also get in a final word from all our panelists here. It has been a great discussion so far. Pankaj Sharma, looking at these numbers right now, the edge seems to be for the NDA. If you look at the survey numbers, you may or may not agree, and that is your view. But now, in order to capture the imagination of the voter, what is one thing, according to you, that India Alliance will have to do?
India Alliance is going to give a good fight this time. Of course, India Alliance had its own problems because it's a loose federation of 27 political parties. And BJP is not a political party. BJP is a regiment. It's a brigade. So when you are a political party and you have an internal democracy in all the political parties, so this kind of a loose federation is bound to have some problems. But my point is, from where BJP is getting any additional seat? See, in 9 states and union territories, where there are 58 parliament seats, all of them are already with BJP. BJP won all of them last time. And in another states like Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Jharkhand, Karnataka, there are 107 seats in these states. Out of these 107, 97 are already with BJP. So a gap of only 10 seats. So my question is, Mr. Tuhin Sinha can enlighten me from where BJP is getting 370 seats. That means 67 additional seats than 303, which it won last time. That is the point. India Alliance has its own problem. India Alliance may win, may not win. That's a different thing. But, telling the nation that we are getting 370 seats this time is impossible. So you please first accept this.
All right, so let's see what happens in the days to come. The model code of conduct is yet to be announced, and we would probably see that in the next 3 to 4 days. But as we go, let's put up the statewide tally of the 242 seats that we have shown today. Let our viewers see where things stand as of now. Our survey had a sample size of 118,000 people who had been surveyed across the country. This is the figure that we're looking at. 174 for the NDA out of 242. Clearly an advantage for the NDA if we look at these numbers. Opposition, of course, contesting it. We'll be back tomorrow with more numbers, more analysis. So keep watching CNBC TV 18 for more.